All right, Capricorn, let's do a bonus for you guys. I thought we would get probably an extended to that first video. I felt like there was more to get, but I don't know. I don't think so. I think we got what we needed for whoever that message is going to resonate for. This one is completely unrelated. Well, I don't want to say that. Maybe it's not unrelated. Maybe this goes hand in hand, but in a different way with the first video. I don't know. Maybe it does. But it's just a different tone all around. So maybe it's from a different vantage point, a different person feeling this. Could still be you feeling this, though. Feel free to reverse this message if you need to. It could also be somebody connected to you who's feeling this way, experiencing this, going through this. This is a really deep message. It's a deep release. I don't know if you guys, whoever's drawn to click on this video, Crosswatcher or Capricorn, I don't know if you've already released, if you're currently in the process of releasing, or if you are preparing yourself to release. But someone here, releasing is what's happening. This could be releasing a love. This could be releasing a family member, releasing a friend. It's a release. Or a release of the power and control that something involving that person had over you, the way that it affected you. I wrote some things down. I kind of just started writing. I don't know, I guess you could call it a poem. It's more like just thoughts. And then I described a little bit, so let's get into it. It doesn't hurt me anymore. I'm not cold nor numb. I've been educated. Perhaps it is they who are numb, removed. None of it is personal. For it is not I who they hurt, it is themselves who are hurting. I have poured the final remnants of affectable pain and disregard into the arms of the divine. This burden I no longer carry. Creativity kissed me and I sprung into action. Gathering an invisible bundle of collected trauma, I designed a novel from it, each chapter crafted with careful consideration, beautifully eliminated. All in one place, I will forever carry it with me, with no need to look at it again. And if ever curiosity taps me on the shoulder and summons my file of nostalgia, I will have my creation to consult and console me. As for now, I walk in freedom and embrace new memories to make. Do you see that deep breath I took? And also the vehicle off in the distance. I don't know if that's translating on the video. It's like an engine revving, a dog barking now. It's almost 8 o'clock when I'm recording this. This was a very painful release, or it will be, or it is currently, that somebody has experienced or is experiencing or will experience. Very painful, devastating even. It's probably not the first release, but it's nonetheless, it's still a purge. It's still a release, just like the breath I just took. That's an energetic purge. Breathing, sweating, crying, laughter. I mean, there's different types of emotional releases, and this is definitely going to be like a weight lifted off someone. I think it already is. Some of you aren't letting something affect you anymore. You've made a conscious choice to drop the burden of worry and pain and heartache, or you currently are, in order to have a more peaceful life. This cut can be felt by another, and it's as if the place you once held is empty now. Like, whoever you are releasing, it's an energetic thing. You do have a connection to this person on a very deep level, very, very deep. That's why I feel like it's either somebody you really deeply loved romantically, or a family member, even a friend, you know? But in being so closely and deeply connected to this individual, you've been disregarded in the process, you've been hurt in the process, and whatever's happened, whatever's occurred, you finally get to a place where you just know it's something that you have to do. It like really can't hurt you anymore. And it's not because you're numb. You're not numb. You feel every bit of it. And you remember everything. Because your heart is fully involved and invested, but you're not letting it control you anymore. So that's where I wrote that you've collected like a bundle over time of like maybe even disappointments regarding the situation. And you've almost crafted your own little invisible novel, your internal novel from it, like a little book, like Beauty and the Beast, where she has like a library of books. But this is like of your own personal experience. And you file it away, kind of like when we get a yearbook in school. It's rare that we pick a yearbook up again. I mean, every now and then we might, but most people will get a yearbook, cost a good little penny, right? You get a yearbook and you don't usually look at it after you graduate to the next grade or you graduate, period. I mean, again, you might pull it out every now and then, but not really. It's one of those books that does gather dust. A lot of times we lose them. We don't even know where they are because it's not important anymore. We go on in our life to make new memories. That's exactly what I'm talking about here. You know, whoever this is that you are releasing or have released or will be releasing, it's not to blot them out of your life and to say that they never held an important spot and that you don't love them. I think you do very much love this person, but you've learned that you have to let go. And what's beautiful is life has been a great teacher, and you have been a wonderful student. You're thankful for the lessons that you've learned. No matter how difficult. But you're done with this chapter of your life. You're done with this classroom. You're done with this grade level. You're done, you know, and it's bittersweet. You know, it may even be that somebody here, like maybe perhaps even the one that you are releasing, it may even be more than one that you're emotionally having to release, and physically even for some. It may even be that these individuals or this individual, if it's only one, are being held back in some way, whether it's by their own free will or they don't know, they don't realize. But you could stay. You could stay to have another year with them. You could stay and repeat the class, or you can move forward and realize they're on their own journey. And that's what's going on here. This is a really deep message. I don't feel like crying. Usually these types of messages, they'll pull some sort of deep emotion out of me. I don't feel like crying. Not that there's anything wrong with crying. Every emotion has its important place. You know, it plays a role. I just feel kind of like free. I feel lighter. I feel a lot less stressed knowing that this aspect of my life, this portion of my life, this part of my life is not at the front and center, like killing me every day because it's something I keep at the forefront of my mind. Like, it's not. And that's what's happening here. It's not. You're not allowing it. You're cleaning out your space. You're organizing your heart. And yeah, you're moving forward. This isn't like a begrudgingly moving forward either in whatever way. This isn't like, I mean, you might have went through those emotions as well. And that doesn't mean you won't revisit those emotions, like that you won't, again, like pull out the book and kind of go through the things and have moments. You're choosing other things to put your attention to. And a lot of you, it's your healing. It's yourself. It's your family or other family members. It's your immediate family. It's a family you're creating. It's your health, you know, your spiritual journey. I mean, whatever it is, this is something that had to happen. And I think at first and initially, even probably still, it's an undesirable cut that you had to make, or are having to make, or will have to make. But it is one that you know, is better for you. It's like bittersweet, you know. You know what I'm seeing in my mind's eye right now? I'm seeing somebody on like a survival show. Bear with me, it's just a vision I'm getting. I'm seeing somebody on a survival show, and well, yeah, think about it in the terms of life. Like, look how much you've made it through, surviving and thriving. I mean, God, survival is definitely, but you've survived so much. Oh my God. Oh, holy shit. Anyway, I'm still seeing this in my mind's eye. There's a lot of survival shows, but I'm seeing one where maybe it's a show called Alone. It's a show. What's the show where they survive and they're by themselves and they literally have to do it on their own? 12 seconds on the clock. 12. Maybe it's going to take an entire year for something, or I don't know. Maybe around this time this is relevant. I don't know. Here we go. Timer's going off. The show Alone. Oh, it's a good show. Participants are forced to use their wits when left in the wilderness with nothing but a backpack. They struggle with harsh weather, hostile locations, and aggressive wildlife. Now, I don't know if this is the actual show, because it looks like, I don't know, do they go alone? Like, do they separate them? Because I'm seeing somebody by themselves. But I've watched several different survival shows. Anyway, what I'm seeing in my mind's eye is somebody on a survival show, but then they get bitten by something, or they have an accident, or they have an injury, and it causes great harm to a limb, a leg, an arm, and the medics and the team do everything they can to try to save this person's limb, and they just can't. And this individual has to decide what they need to do to save their life. Now, I don't know if this is a situation here in you guys' life where, unless it's on the outside of you and this isn't resonating and this is someone who's had to do this in their life, I don't know if it's a life or death situation, but it's almost like I don't want to have to cut something off or cut someone off, or I don't want to have to release something or someone. I really don't, because there is such a connection to it. I mean, it's like they're a part of you, but it's almost like I have to save myself. And that's what I'm seeing here. Or to save others. Sacrifice. Someone here has had to make, or will have to make, or is currently having to make a sacrifice for their own betterment, for their health, for their life, or for even those that are connected to them, you know. Yes, this is a sacrifice. And I guess if we want to say this let's just say this is connected to the first video. It could be that someone here can see that maybe an individual is connected to some things, maybe living a certain way or involved in certain things, or has certain individuals or a particular individual involved in their life, that this person has decided, I just can't have any part of that. Like, I can't. I love you, I care about you, but I can't. It reminds me of Intervention. You know, the show Intervention, when they get them in a circle and at the end the family's there, and sometimes people get upset because they feel like they were cornered or whatever, and then sometimes they listen, and the family will give them almost like a little bit of an ultimatum, but I don't get an ultimatum here. this would be like the family saying, you know, when they say, I want you to get help or else I'm not going to enable this. Like, I'm not going to, you know, but it's more like I can't be present in your life, or I can't be close to you. I can't do this. I just can't. Now, this would not be somebody who's doing that to reverse psychology someone or to persuade someone. Like, this would not be someone who's using like a thing of, I'm not going to be involved anymore with you because I don't, you know, something in order for that person they're saying that to like straighten up, so that you know, this is someone who's like doing it for themselves, like they're actually disconnecting from a person or something like that, or people to help to like save themselves and their life and maybe their family or whatever, you know, to have peace in their life. Yeah, I don't know any other way to say this. This is painful. This is excruciatingly painful. It's like a part of you, something that is exhausting. I mean, it's really, or it was, because see, I see you on the other side of it now, or you will be. Whoever this is, somebody I see like coming out the other side of it, where it's like, I'm doing better, but I'm a little tired. I'm battle fatigued. Like, I'm weary. I'm tired of, you know, some of you, this is a spiritual journey you've been on. And at this point, you've probably lost a lot, good bit of people in your life. Not everybody on a spiritual journey loses people, but it's rare not to lose a few, you know? Because you're just different. You're just different now. You want different things. There's certain things you can't be around, and so, you know, that's just part of how it is. That's part of how it happens, you know. You change, and you can't force anyone in your environment who was there before your change to change. That's up to them, and so, but you also end up knowing yourself, and, you know, you can't be around certain energy, and so distance is created, and then sometimes adversaries are created. It just depends on which way everybody chooses to take it and have it go. But yeah, that's what I got for this message for your bonus. I think you guys are doing a wonderful job. You've liberated yourself. You've freed yourself from I'll just say you freed yourself. Something no longer has at least as much control of you emotionally as it used to. It doesn't mean that it doesn't every now and then, and that it won't every now and then. Of course it will, because it's a part of you. I feel like that's a song, Part of Me. Yeah, it's a song called Don't Look Back. I don't even want to pronounce the name. I'm going to say it wrong, but it's spelled Ludovicomoro. Well, I can't find the lyrics. I'll try to remember to put the song in the comments. Basically, it's someone saying, you'll still be a part of me. Don't look back. I keep getting something about salt lately. You know what I'm thinking? Like that verse in the Bible where it's like, don't turn back or you'll turn into a pillar of salt. And I got salt for somebody else earlier, but the Never-Ending Story salt, where the Empress was holding the single grain of salt in her hand. And she's like, call out my name, Bastian. What is the story in the Bible where someone is instructed not to turn around and then they turn into a pillar of salt? It's the story of Lot's wife found in Genesis 19. She was instructed not to look back at the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah as she fled, but disobeyed and was transformed into a pillar of salt when she did look back. Isn't there also a saying like, don't look back, you're not going that way? Now sometimes we have to look back in order to see how far we've come, but sometimes there's a warning not to. I guess it's about using discernment when, you know. Let's say you're on a weight loss journey and you take before pictures and you're working out, and let's say a year later, you look back, you take a now picture and you look back to see your progress. So sometimes people do look back, but there's also times when we're instructed to not look back. It's just like, keep going. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna leave it there. Well, thank you guys for being here with me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.